Hey, my masters, are you ready for this? So by now you are already well and truly deep into the Manifesting Magician module in the monthly mastermind with Diane McKendrick. That is me. So first of all, we've gone through the mechanics of manifesting and you have a better understanding of it now. We have given you, or I have given you, the manifesting formula that I personally use. You are now going to get the spreadsheet. I'm going to go through and give you an example, and then you're going to fill it out for yourself. The purpose and intention of the spreadsheet is to help you really unpack and discover where you are currently in your manifesting journey. Sometimes when we talk about manifesting, it can be a bit airy-fairy and off with the pixies, off with the fairies, but it's been my intention to really solidify your journey and calling in the things that you want in your life. So I've covered all areas, all aspects, so you can have a very wholesome and well-rounded view of what manifesting is, and not go off on one end of the scale with the pixies and the fairies and do the visualizing, but really follow that up with some focused intention and inspired action. Like I said, this is the part that most people will miss. I didn't read this in a book. I didn't get it out of somewhere else. I have sat down and I've nutted out exactly what I do in the process, and then I have built tools around it. I've put the systems and the processes and the strategies around it so I can continue to give it to you. So part of this has been a manifestation of mine long before I could use the computer, long before I knew how to use the programs that I'm doing now, Zoom this. I imagined this. I sat there, as I've said in the rest of the masterclass, and imagined being able to deliver this. I still feel a little bit unsure. I still feel a little bit uncertain. You've heard me quoted. It's not about the how, it's about the now. What do you know how to do in terms of bringing in these manifestations and using the best parts of spirituality and science to raise the standard of your life, to get more of the things that you want in your life? So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. You are going to get a copy of this spreadsheet. So the first thing that you will do, I'll just make it big so you can see it. You should be able to see me up in the corner. The first thing that I want you to do is go in and you're going to go File, make a copy, and you are going to save a copy of this into your computer. So you've always got access to it and it's there for you to use. So once again, all you need to do is open it up on the dashboard, which you've done because you're listening to this video. You're going to go File, make a copy, give it a little tickle, and you're going to save it on your computer somewhere easily and accessible. By now, you should have your module set up, Monthly Mastermind with Diane McKendrick, Module 1, Module 2, Module 3. Any of the tools that you get given want to be put over there into your folders. Now, don't use not being able to use the computer as an excuse, because when I first started doing this, I couldn't use the computer at all. I could barely turn the thing on. And I did a mastermind and he told me to go copy and share, and it took me all afternoon to work out to do it. But guess what? I continued because it was important to me to live a more fulfilled life than what I currently was. So stay focused, push through the excuses, push through the reasons why you can't do it. I don't have time. I don't know how. They're probably the biggest two, because I've already busted those myths for you. I certainly didn't know how, and I didn't have time. Gus was working away. I had 2 little kids. I'm running a business. I'm writing a book, and I still get time to record these for you guys. So let's do this. This is what it looks like. And what we want to do is get really clear on your current awareness, where you're at, where you want to go, and then some really sustainable, systematic steps pulled in with the spirituality on how to get you there. You'll notice down the bottom here that there's an example tab. So this is the one I'm going to talk you through today. And then when you go to your turn, this is going to be your turn to go through and fill it all out. So stay with me while I do the example, but just know after you've copied it and it's over there in your computer, go to your turn, click up here, write your name at the top, whatever your name is. And what we want to do is go over to here. So your turn, it's going to have your name at the top, and then we're going to go back to example, and let's walk you guys through it. So current awareness, I've noticed in coaching my clients in my own developmental stages, I really witness and observe where people are at. And I also notice that if we get a really clear, defined starting point, then it's like when you're going on a journey with a map. If you have a GPS and you don't know where you're starting or where you're finishing, the chances of getting there are pretty slim. You might still get there, but it's going to take you a really long time. So in a GPS, what you need is a start point, a very clear defined start point, which funnily enough, most of you don't have, but you also need the clear end point. And then we're going to fill the gaps in between, and we're going to reverse engineer this end point. We're going to reverse engineer it back so we can realize, we're going to look through your past. We're going to scan through your past for all the clues. So let's get really clear. Where are we now? I've broken them down into 4 sections. Now we've got the first type of person. This is where I started, and probably maybe where a lot of you started as well. I have no idea. So I've called her No Idea Isabel. Side note, if your name is Isabel, I'm not telling you that you have no idea. I just wanted a name that started with I, basically. So hopefully I'm not offending anyone. But Isabel is stuck. So you've all seen the stuck to scene model. She's stuck. And in terms of manifesting her milestones, she's never heard of manifesting before. You'll see the description of Isabel is here. She's never heard of manifesting before. She thinks it's some kind of disease that you catch while swimming in the Bremer River, or you don't know what it is and think it's ridiculous. Or if you mentioned it in your friendship group, so most of the time the No Idea Isabellas hang around other No Idea Isabellas. That's just a law of the universe and a law of humanity. The vibration at which you sit is the vibration at which you seek on the outside of yourself. So Isabella, No Idea Isabella, is stuck. She's hanging around other No Idea Isabellas, and they're just probably on autopilot, on the hamster wheel, spending their time at the coffee shop or the pub and not really doing much at all, watching Days of Our Lives. I don't know, what do you do, Isabella? Let me know. So if you mention this to about manifesting in the friendship group with a bunch of other No Idea Isabellas, friends, most of them would probably throw a cream bun at your face and wonder if you've started drinking the Kool-Aid. Like, you'd be ridiculed and she'd be saying, what are you talking about? Are you on something? That's weird, and probably laugh in your face. So the milestone for her is she's asleep, right? And this is probably where I started when I was working in center management, and I had no idea, and I was trying really hard and I was working really hard, but I was like a zombie. I was a robot. So if you're there, don't give yourself a hard time for it, but come in here and give yourself a little tick. So you can choose how you do your tick, but just put a tick in here, tick, or just write yes. That's going to be easier for a lot of you that can't use a computer. Say, yes, this is me. I'm Isabella. I've got no idea. I've heard about it, Daisy. I think you're crazy, but I'm willing to be open to learning. Okay, so the next type of person is doing it daily, Debbie. So once again, if your name's Debbie, this is not directed towards you. I love you all. But Debbie is the self-aware or the guilty lady. I really just wanted a name that started with D, right? Because it's doing it daily. So you're manifesting daily. And in the stuck to scene model, the developmental stages of life and business that I work with, you're self-aware or guilty. So you've become more aware that there's more to life, and you're starting to feel a little bit guilty because you've started taking better care of yourself. You're spending more resources on yourself, being time, effort, energy, and money. You might have signed up for the mastermind, and you're paying $1,000 a year or $80 a month or whatever it is, that the deal that you got, and you're starting to feel guilty because that money could have been spent on the kids' school uniforms, or could have been spent at the kids' swimming lessons, or what are you going to do at Christmas because you're spending all this money on yourself, you're not going to have time for the lay-by. So doing it daily, Debbie, this is you. Let me know if this resonates with you. You'll feel a bit of a pang in your chest. So you've heard of manifesting before through books and podcasts and maybe other things in your self-awareness you've started to do. You're exploring and playing with the idea around manifesting. This is all written here for you guys. You've started to talk about it more with your girlfriends, and you're just wondering, you're dabbling. You're wondering if you can do it. Like, you've heard other people do it, you've heard the podcast, you've read the book, you've seen The Secret, and you're like, yeah, but they can do that. I wonder if I can do it. So you're starting to dabble and you're starting to get really curious. And what would happen in your group of friends? So all the doing it daily Debbies, as in humanity, hangs out with all the other similar vibration, doing it daily Debbies. You're all at a similar range, and maybe you might be hanging around some of the Isabellas, some of the on the cusp Isabellas that want to move to being Debbies. You might meet some of those, and they're probably the ones that are going to give you a bit of a hard time when you talk about it, but still be curious. Down here, if you mentioned it in your friendship group, of doing it daily Debbies, most of them would be curious and they would want to know more. They don't want to ask too many questions, but what they're going to do is they're going to sit back and they're going to watch you before they give it a try. They're going to watch you do it and they're going to see if you fall flat on your face, they're going to like backpedal and be like, no way. Now, these are the ones that might be critical, that might be judgy, that might be giving you a hard time. But if you're working with me, if you're in this mastermind, you are a leader. You have stepped up and you said, I want more for my life. You're sitting on listening to this, whether you're on the train on the way to work, you're out walking in the morning, you're driving, you have made time, effort, and energy to get this content, to get this information. And I really value you for that. And I really honor you for that. So don't stop here. If you are in this, even if you're totally asleep, old Isabella there, throwing cream buns at people, even if you're totally asleep, take a moment now to honor your journey because you are now in and around a conscious, connected community of go-getters, people that are ready to take their life to the next level. I blow myself away daily with the incredible caliber of people in this group. I think I do things pretty well, and then I get some of my clients coming to me and I'm just, holy heck, how did you just do that? And she's like, well, you told me how to do it. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know if I expected that much of a massive thing, but this is it, right? You get the conscious community, you get the tools, you know where you're starting, you know where you're going, and you just like tick the boxes and follow the journey. So let's keep doing it. So doing it daily, Debbie, is that you? The milestone for Debbie is that you're starting to manifest small things daily, which you believe are easy, accessible, believable, and possible. So an example of that, and I so remember it like yesterday, I started as Isabel, had no idea, read the book The Secret, had a little bit more of an idea, but only this much of the information, not all of it. And then I started thinking, well, the other book I read was actually You Can Heal Your Life, Louise Hay, and she talks about manifesting as well. But once again, only a portion of it. I've added my own bits and pieces, my own tools. I could see the gaps that weren't working for me, so I created something to fill the gap. So this is the example, would be green lights in car parks. I literally remember the day that I read it in Heal Your Life, Louise Hay. It's like, I'm going to see if this works. It was easy to me. It was accessible. It was believable that I could actually do it. And the risk wasn't too much. So it's not like a huge amount of risk that if you don't get the green light or the car park or the thing that you're going to be ridiculed and made fun of. So I thought I'll just try there. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to notice where you're at so we can build on it. We can create this really deep foundation and I can keep adding layers on as you go. So are you Debbie? Now, the green lights and car parks, they're always going to happen, but it's a really good place to start. So even if you are Isabel and you're stuck and you've got no idea and you think I'm a crazy cuckoo woman, try this. Give it a go. Green lights and car parks. Use the information that I've given you in the rest of the modules to practice going and doing like, oh, green light, car parks. This is the things that aren't too scary for you. Let's start there. Okay, so the next developmental stage for myself and that I see my clients going through is staying safe, Sally. So this is the fully focused woman. If you can remember from the half-day workshop and the visual model that is from stuck to seen, fully focused is that step. You're on the cusp of feeling fully seen and acknowledged, really nailing your business, you know, being able to leave jobs and replace husbands' incomes, really getting the body and the life of your dreams. So you are just on the cusp. You're probably running around. You're probably exhausted. You've received a little bit of abundance and then you think you have to do and be really busy in order to get this abundance. So you're starting to burn out a little bit, but this is your manifesting blueprint. If you're at staying safe, Sally, and you're fully focused in the stuck to seen. You've got some positive experience with manifesting daily. So things have decided, okay, let me start that again. You have had some positive experiences with manifesting daily. So you've decided to up the ante and really test if this works. So you've had the green lights, you've picked the safe and easy and accessible things, and you're starting to explore bigger and more important things that you can manifest, but you still feel that it's possible and it's safe enough. It scares you a little bit and definitely scares you to share it at family and friend barbecues or family events. And you have a knot in your stomach, but you're going to share it anyway because we have taught you, haven't we, to express. And through the course of this masterclass, this is like declaring boldly. So you're going to say it at the family barbecue. You're going to say it to your mum or your dad, or that person that's going to give you the hardest time about it. So feeling the fear and hearing the shake in your voice, you're going to put your big girl panties on and you're going to make a statement. You're going to declare it to the universe. When you mention it to your friendship group, because once again, the staying it safe Sally's, the fully focused women, generally hangs around other focused women. Now, all these focused women are looking for a leader. Are you going to be it? Because if you do this and you get this awareness, you are going to come down these really quickly into feeling fully seen. The dreaming wildly Diana. Funny how I have. Okay, so you've got your big girl panties on and you make that statement. When you mention it to your friendship group, they give you a knowing smile and a nod, and they share their latest manifesting story with you to help you make it safe, to acknowledge you in the journey. So now they're sharing their stories and they're encouraging you to take the next step. And watching collectively what's happening within my coaching group, many of you are here. You're just waiting for one of those people to bust through this invisible ceiling so then you can all follow. So is it going to be you? I want to see who is going to follow this process, who is going to follow this strategy, who is going to show up as a leader and take it to the next thing. Because it doesn't mean you're different or you need special training or education. It's basically a commitment in yourself to show up and be a leader and know that you deserve the best life ever. So if that sounds good to you, take the steps, do what I tell you to do, and you will come out the other side of that feeling absolutely, extremely peaceful, harmonious, loved and loving, and all the fulfilled, the things that we desire in our life and the emotions and the feelings. Okay, so are you a staying safe Sally? Were you fully focused? Or here we go. Take the glasses off for this. No, I can't see you if I take my glasses off. This is it. This is where I want you all to be. The dreaming wildly Diana. Once again, if your name is Diana, I hope I don't offend you or boost your ego and put you into a false sense of pride. Dreaming wildly Diana, this is the seen woman. This is the woman that is prepared and ready to lead the way, to be a compassionate leader and do what it takes to get there. So lots of you are coming in between staying safe and fully focused and dreaming wildly. So let me tell you about Diana, this woman's seen. As I've said, I have been through all these developmental stages and I have come up with the answers and how to take you each through the next one and the next one and the next one. And that's what this mastermind is about. So dreaming wildly, Diana, you have manifested the possible and the safe things up here. So you've got the red lights, the green lights, and you've got the car parks. You've done the risky things. So the example that is a little bit more risky, it's a stretch for you, it's uncomfortable, it's a big jump. You've done these things as well as being the staying safe Sally. And the example for her would be you've got the new car, where you might have manifested a certain amount of money for something in particular. You might have got the promotion at work, you might have manifested a holiday, a new job, a computer, the dream partner, whatever, but something that's still a little bit safe. So you've done all this, you've got the green lights, you've got those things I just said, and now you're ready for something that seems impossible. So let me read that again. You've manifested the possible and the safe things in your life, and you're wondering what else is out there for you. You now have a community who support you and believe in you. You have a deep knowing that you are on the right path and living your soul-guided mission, and your manifestations are often in contribution to serving a bigger purpose. So it's not just a new car for your family to get your family around. It's not just a fancy dinner or a new car or a certain amount of money for something, or a new holiday or a new job. It's on a bigger scale than that. It means that your family and yourself can have those things, but it's on a grander scale. It's about leaving a legacy, leaving an impact, putting processes and procedures in place to continue to share your gift and your essence with the world. So you're on the right path. You're on the right path and you're living your soul-guided mission, and your manifestations are in contribution to serving a bigger purpose. When you tell your families and friends at a barbecue, or when you're declaring it to the universe, you feel vulnerable and exposed. But your friends, your community, respond with love and gratitude and cheer you on loudly the whole way. Now, remember, here in each of these developmental stages that you can see here, there's going to be the haters, there's going to be the non-believers, there's going to be the people that tell you you're crazy and you can't do it. And who do you think you are? And I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you said that. Come down a peg or two, some people will say. And they'll give you a really hard time and they will try to pull you down. This is why this community and these processes are so important. We've got to counteract that. We don't want to make it wrong or bad that these people are criticizing and competing and comparing against you. We just want to notice it and acknowledge it and go, am I one of them? Do I want to criticize, compete and compare? Or do I want to cheer someone on, cheer loudly? Do I want to be the cheerleader? Do I want to help raise somebody else? Do I want to celebrate another woman? Because guess what? If you criticize, compare and compete, that's what's going to come at you. That's what you're going to be surrounded by. That's going to be the reflection of other women to you. If you cheer someone on, celebrate somebody, lift people up, that's what you're going to be met with your community. People are going to celebrate you. People are going to lift you higher. People are going to believe in you. And so you need to ask yourself, which one do you want to be? Because as we grow and as we expand and as we scale in our body, in our business, in these things that we're manifesting, there's going to be people along the way that tell you you can't have it. We can't get stuck there. And likewise, you are that person. You've got to choose which one you are because you're going to attract either one of the ways. So even though you choose to be celebrating people and cheering people on, there is still going to be the people that give you a hard time. So you need to decide and manifest right now in this moment how you're going to deal with that. How are you going to show up when someone says, you're an idiot, I can't believe that you just said you're going to write a book about being a millionaire and you're not even a millionaire yet. You are a fraud, you're an idiot, blah, 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 blah. How are you going to react? Let's manifest that. I want you to think about that for a moment because it will happen if you choose this path, if you choose this life, if you choose me as your coach. I will push the boundaries, I will lean in, I will support you every step of the way, but you've got to decide right now. Okay, so this dreaming wildly Diana, the seen woman, and when we talk about seen, it means not necessarily seen on TV and social media and on the radio and on the podcasts and all the things on the front of the books, all the thing. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Yes, that often is a reflection or it's often what happens, a product of being seen and doing this work. But what I mean by seen is feeling fully acknowledged to yourself by yourself, being a compassionate leader within your community and really stepping into your true essence, to your true power, knowing your soul purpose and waking up every single day committed to living that and teaching and sharing and educating and inspiring others to do the same. That's what I mean by seen. Now, without these answers, without these developmental stages, tools, techniques in this community, what will happen here is you'll be craving to be a dreaming wildly Diana. And without the community and without the strategies, it's like a game of snakes and ladders. And you've heard this in the stuck to seen steps. If you haven't, go look up on my YouTube. What will happen is it's like a game of snakes and ladders, and you work so hard and I give you all the stuff and we work together and we get you to a certain point and then something happens because the universe will test you. It will test you, I guarantee it. And if you don't follow the processes and procedures and really immerse yourself in the community, that ladder, the snake, will just zhoosh you straight back to stuck. And depending on your awareness and your commitment, even a seen woman, I've seen it happen recently outside of my coaching business, but a couple of other coaches within the industry who have really made it and they've been seen. But because they haven't done the internal work, they haven't cultivated a conscious community, the community hasn't grown with them, it's having a bit of a backfire effect. So this seen woman, or a couple of them actually, coaches out there have just gone back down that snake all the way back to stuck. And it's really hard to come out of. So I want awareness, I want commitment, and I want you to finish doing this and really open up this space for you to expand and know that what is possible for you. Don't sit there and think, that's Di. She's done that. She's different to me. The only reason I'm different is because I fully celebrate myself. I don't compare myself to other people. If I compare up and go, if she can do it, I can do it too. Not she's a bitch because I can't do it. I've got the systems, the tools, the processes, the strategies. I know my soul purpose. So when you guys do that too and you follow what I have done, you will be the best version of you. You are a better version of you than I am. I am a better version of me than you are. So don't try to be me. Don't try to be the other women you see on social media. Show up and be you, and this process will be a whole lot easier. So this dreaming wildly Diana, the seen woman, is starting to manifest even bigger things which you believe are impossible, terrifying and petrifying, and they seem so far away. So this is down here. And step number 4 is that it just seems like completely out of your league. You feel like a total fraud, a total imposter. You're going to be totally ashamed and ridiculed if it doesn't work out, and you're declaring it and yelling it from the mountaintops. So the example of this would be writing a book about being a millionaire before you are one. Your dream house, so this is another one for some people, a dream house beside the beach, your own aeroplane, whatever it is for you. This manifestation is even more extravagant, more extreme than all the other things, the green lights. I mean, getting a green light in a parking spot isn't going to raise the standard of your life that much. Getting the green light or the parking spot isn't going to change your life magnificently, that word, hugely. It's not going to change your life hugely. But if you publish a book about being a millionaire before you are one, or even just publish a book about anything, that's going to change your life. That's going to change the trajectory of your business. If you buy a house, your dream house, where everything's the way that you want it to be, on the beach or in the country, that's going to change your life, and it's going to change it pretty grandly. The other thing is, buying your own airplane, or maybe it's your new car, or getting a new job, whatever it is, it's going to scale your life and raise the standard of your life. Getting a certain money in your bank account, changing your financial blueprint, all these things are going to have a huge impact on your life. Guess what? It is easy to manifest a mansion, as it is a button. So I teach you how to get awareness. I teach you, remind you, because you already know how to do it, how to do the small little things that don't impact you so much, so the belief systems don't come in and take you out, and the fear doesn't come in and take you out. And then I get you to practice it, and then I put you in and around a community that are all doing it. So you're getting this ripple effect, this contagious effect of manifesting. And then all of you meet me here, and we get to go like this together as a community. And it's so extremely powerful. Most won't have the courage to do it. If you're listening to this, there's something different inside of you. And I can't say that enough. If you've taken the time, effort, energy, do you know how hard it is? This content in here is life-changing to get people to actually listen to it. People will buy it and not listen to it. A lot of people will spend the money on it, but they won't have the time to do it. So if you have made it this far, you are different and you deserve everything you desire. So we need to get super clear about what it is you desire. So read through all of those, get familiar with them, choose where you are now, and write here. So for me, obviously, at the moment, I'm down here, so I'd write yes. This is me down the bottom. It's not letting me type it in. You go in there and type it in wherever you are. And don't be embarrassed, don't be shy, just put it in there, share it on my Rise and Shine Entrepreneurs group, put it on there and let us know. I want to know. Now, what I want you to do is we're going to look into your past, and this is part of the process and part of the building and part of the education. There's little notes here, so as you click here, tick where you are now. That's easy enough to follow. This one, rewind your memory bank and scan back over your past. Log into this column each of your manifestations in each developmental stage of your life. So in this one, reconnect with this lady and go, well, what did she manifest? When you were back there, or if you were there, what did you manifest? And you didn't even realize you manifested it because you weren't aware of manifesting. So it could be something as simple as seeing a workshop. So you're seeing a workshop. This is what happened to me in the back of a magazine that I picked up in the Valley of all places. Maybe it was West End Valley, West End. And I turned to the back. I turned to the back page and I manifested this. I called this in. I didn't realize I'd done that, but there's a little thing there that said free NLP training. I thought, oh, I wonder what NLP is. And I researched it a little bit, and then I showed up and I did this free training, right? And it was that training that started me on this journey. I was so shy. I was this Isabella. I had no idea. I just knew I was really unhappy where I was. So I did that manifestation without even realizing it. And it's changed the whole trajectory of my life. Absolutely incredible. So then you just go and pull them all out of your memory, all the ones that you can remember when you were stuck, when you had no idea. And if you're still stuck, just play with the idea, just whatever I manifested. Basically, it's safe to say anything that is in your life right now, you have manifested on some level. The next thing you want to do is move down to doing it daily. Debbie, go through the memory bank. What have I manifested that's been easy, accessible, believable, and possible? So let me say that again. What have I manifested that's been easy, accessible, believable, and possible? And write them in there. Green lights, whatever it's going to be for you. It's not letting me type again. So you're going to type in there for whatever reason. It won't let me. Yep, here it goes. Green lights. And remember the time. Car parks. Seats at a restaurant. I had a lady, I can't spell, by the way, so don't worry about that. I had a lady the other day say she needed to take her daughter, she lived in the country, she needed to take her daughter to the city to get an appointment for her health. She wasn't very well, and she got there and she said, we're sorry, you're in here now, but we're usually booked out for 2 weeks in advance, or it might have even been longer, maybe it was 2 months. It was a long time. And this lady was doing some manifesting with me, and she manifested that her daughter got to be seen by the right healthcare professional, and she got it that day. I think she had to wait for half an hour. So things like that, you're manifesting appointments, and you're manifesting those sort of things. A seat on the train, whatever it is, things that are easy, accessible, believable, and possible. Then you're going to go through the memory bank, and you're going to remember and fill these up. Do as many as you can. A time where you have manifested something that's possible but risky, a stretch for you, so it's a little bit uncomfortable, and it was a big jump. So remember all the times. Has it been, I remember I've got that new car. So type in here, new car. Maybe it was something like a fancy holiday that you'd been thinking about and you couldn't afford it, but then it became on special, and I don't know, something amazing there. Maybe you got a promotion at work. A lady I've been working with recently, only for 3 months, wanted a promotion at work. So we went through these processes. I took her through some things, and literally it was last week. She told me I got the promotion at work, more money, the thing that I want to do, the thing that I didn't think that I knew that I wanted, but I didn't think I had any chance of getting. So we took her through these processes. She got the job. She starts in a couple of months' time. It's amazing. And then this is where the real work's going to happen. And even if you're up here in Isabel, I want you to go through and you will find something in each of these things that you've already done because it's wholesome. I want you to come down here and I want you to write into this column the most crazy, amazing, incredible manifestations that you could ever think of. Just write it down and get them down there. So in this one, because it's in the past, what you're going to do here is look at someone else. Look at someone else who's got the things in their life that you want. And then you can start there because it's going to give you a platform to start from. Okay, so we're nearly finished. Stay with me. I'm going to move across to this final column. And this is where you get to dream big. We've built a solid foundation and understanding and awareness. So now it's time to fully own it and fully believe it. So you're going to go here and you've already done the past ones. So what's the new Isabel going to be like? The new part of you that's going to be stuck. When you go to the next level, she is going to be present. You're not going to be stuck and stay in her, but she's going to have a voice in your head. And Isabella, part of you is going to be saying, you can't do that. You don't know how. You haven't done it before, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to raise the standard. You're going to raise the thing of what you're doing. So go through and pick something the new Isabella is going to do. So you're going to move to the next one and the same thing. We're just going to up level a little bit. The new doing it daily, Debbie. Because you're not going to stop doing these things. They're still going to be part of your personality. They're still going to be part of your dialogue in your head. So what we want to do is retrain them to raise the standard, to change the thermostat. So when you're moving to your $1 million business or your healthy body, that these women come with you, these women inside of you in the dialogue. So here, right back at the beginning, you're going to go, what's easy, accessible, believable, and possible for you in your manifestation? So at first, it was green lights and car parks, but now maybe the new car is what's easy and accessible. Maybe it's the new car that seems a lot easier and accessible because we've raised the standard of your life through these processes. Maybe that fancy holiday is now the thing that's more easy and accessible to you. Maybe the seats at the restaurant is the thing that's easy and accessible, and fill that column out with things now, with this new knowledge, with this new awareness, with this new vibration that is easy and accessible to you. Then you're going to move down here and staying safe, Sally, you're going to do the same thing. Now, from this new model of the world, from this compelling new identity, having done this work, you're going to go, what's possible but risky? At first, it was these things here, but what is it for you now? That's closer to you. It's possible but risky, a stretch for you. It's uncomfortable. It's a big jump. It's going to be leveled up onto what these things are. Now, maybe the new book, maybe that is a jump. Maybe that is more possible now. And then you come down here and you get to dream even more wildly, and you're going to use all the processes, all the manifesting magician stuff in this module to get you what you want down here. So down here is where you go to town. It's 10 years from now. What is your most inspiring, incredible life? What do things feel like? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Who are you waking up next to? What kind of car are you driving? Where are you living? What do you do for an income? What is your income? All those things need to go in here. And then you're going to just take stock for a moment again, and you're going to be feeling so vibrant and so energetic and so excited about what's possible down here. Who are you now? And you are going to choose it, and you are going to claim it. Let's stop this. You're going to choose it and you are going to claim it. You're going to sit and imagine it. These are the things that you're going to use in the meditation later on down the track. And it is absolutely going to blow your mind how quickly, efficiently, and solidly these things, these feelings, these emotions, raising this thermostat, changing your life, having more money, calling in a partner, getting a fitter, healthier body, creating or cultivating or joining a conscious community, whatever it is for you, it is at your fingertips. I can feel myself tingling right now. It's amazing. Go through this process. If you're confused the first time, just do it again. Keep doing it until you understand. That is exactly how I have got where I am. If I didn't understand, I just sat there and nutted it out until I got there. So all the best. I'm so excited for you. I wish I had somebody show me this and take me through this and break it down like I am for you. But yeah, I'm doing it for you. So enjoy it and spread this contagious energy and this magic and manifesting goodness and juiciness to your whole family, to your family, to your colleagues, to your friends, anybody that's going to listen to you. Share it from the mountaintops, because you also have an opportunity not just to change your life, but to change everybody's life that comes into contact to you. And if you've decided to work with me, I make it my mission and my duty. And I'm pretty sure that you're ready for some big shifts and changes in your life as well. All right, so much love. I'll see you over there in the next masterclass.